everybody. Welcome to Lady Boss Mamas. I'm Molly Chanson, and I am here today with Lisa Fote. We're starting off the month of June with our theme, which is action. My business is Solma, and it's a clothing line and lifestyle stories and inspiration for women. I have two boys. My son Bennett will be 9 on Sunday, and my son Andrew is 7.
My name is Lisa Fote, and I live in Florida, and I have two boys. They are 6 and 3, Jackson and Hudson, and I am a health and fitness coach and a lifestyle coach. So I run private groups for women who are looking to lose weight or just learning to make changes in their lives to feel better about themselves.
Perfect. And we are missing my co-host, Laura Katanen, who is on a road trip right now with her little son, Aiden. But she will join in. And the most important thing we want to talk about today with you, Lisa, is our theme, which is action, which seems really aligned with what you do for a living. When did you start your business, and what about the area of physical or wellness attracted you?
So I started my actual business about 3 years ago. I've been a group fitness instructor since I was in college, which was almost 20 years ago now. So I've always had a passion for health and fitness. And I worked in higher education administration for 15 years. So I worked in the community college sector, and I always taught classes on the side and just dabbled a little bit in health and fitness. And so I started my business 3 years ago when I had my youngest son. And I was just a postpartum mama that was trying to lose some weight. And I found myself in a position, even though I was an instructor, not able to lose the weight. And so I started this business, and I started, following specific plans and putting together plans and running these online groups. And over the course of 3 years, it turned from a hobby into a full-time career.
I love that, because my story is kind of similar, even though it's in a different area. But I was teaching at a college in Chicago, teaching classes. And then I was home on maternity leave with my first and second, who are a year and a half apart. And I started by designing breastfeeding clothes because I was breastfeeding, and it was based on my experience of filling that need. And since we're talking about action, can you explain a little the role this idea of action played for you? Was it something that you were very intentional about, conscious about? Was it a little bit every day? Were you focused on motherhood?
I think in the beginning, like I said, it was a hobby, but I started to see the fruits of my labor pretty quickly. And so I had to completely organize my day, my night, my weekends. And so by taking action, what I would do is create these little pockets of time. And so I would have, a pocket of time in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And during those pockets, that's when I would reach out to people. That's when I would send messages and send emails and follow-ups. And those little tiny pockets, I would always track my business. And so I'm a pen and paper type person, and I've been tracking my business since day one, and just creating 30-minute pockets here and there in the beginning, what really sets me up for success, I think even now, 3 years in.
Do you use that same strategy with your clients, like when you call them pockets of time, which I love? Is that the same way you would look at like getting a fitness routine together as a new mom or a busy woman?
Yes. I think that women sometimes just, they say they don't have any time. We are all busy ladies. And, it's really just finding 30 minutes, and you have to be willing to make a sacrifice for yourself, and I always tell the women that I work with, nobody in your family will be happy if you're not happy. So let's create some time within your schedule to really work on you first. And for me, that's the first hour of my day. I get up an hour before everyone in my household so that I can get my workout in, so I can read personal development, so I can journal. And I try to create those same habits within the women that I work with.
Like if we think about this word action, which is our theme, I get a lot of women who ask me, and maybe you do too as a business owner, like there's all these ideas out there. I mean, we're so creative as humans and women, and especially when we become mothers, we've created, a person. And so I think our creativity is like way up there, right?
Yeah.
And so we have all these ideas, but then when we think about the actions necessary to get to that end result, it's easy to get overwhelmed.
So again, I talk to my clients about getting either a journal or getting some type of agenda, like a day planner. I live and die by my day planner, and I physically tell them they need to schedule. They have to schedule in their workout. You as a mom have to think about your day and what happens, what transpires over your day. And when your child naps, or when you have time for you to squeeze in a 30-minute workout. And so taking those actions to actually set up a physical calendar where you're actually writing in it, where you're checking things off. I think at least in the beginning for most women, that is something that would help them, stay on track and reach certain goals, whether it's weight loss or whether it's, starting a business, or, what are those action items that will move your business forward or that will help you attain whatever goal you're trying to reach.
How do you track progress with these actions?
So I track progress through pen and paper. I track progress through Excel spreadsheets. For me, my business is talking to people. And so, I'm constantly adding new contacts to my network, whether that be via social media or in person. And so every single time I'm adding a new contact, I am logging it either in an Excel spreadsheet or in a physical tracker on notebook paper. And, I always write, like, for example, I will do a social media post where I'm looking for 10 women who are interested in losing 10 pounds over the summer. And so anyone I'm speaking to or anyone who expresses interest, I am going to, make a list and make sure that I'm following up with those women and, asking them and digging deep into what it is they're struggling with and start the conversation. And then from there, doing some follow-ups to see if the programs that I work with will be a good fit for them. And even if they say, no, not right now, then I continue to follow up, on a weekly or monthly basis, because I found 9 times out of 10, no doesn't mean no, not ever.
No.
It usually means not right now. It's just not the right time, and that's okay. And I don't take it personally, especially 3 years in,
Oh yeah, definitely. It took me a long time to learn that no isn't, first of all, it's not personal. And second of all, it's not an absolute no.
Right.
And it's better than just no response whatsoever.
Right.
So you kind of have to look at it as a little bit of a success because you've made this connection, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds to me like you start with the larger intention and then create the actions in order to achieve that goal.
Right. So each month I kind of, the last week of the month, I will start planning for, the upcoming month. And I will think about the themes of the month. What holidays do we have coming up? What kind of fitness programs can I work with? Right now it's summer. People are busy. People are traveling. They want 30-minute workouts. They want easy meals. They don't want to spend an hour working out. They don't want to spend 3 hours of their Sunday prepping food for the week. And so I spend a lot of time and attention really focused on, where are we in the calendar? I'm a busy mom. How can I help these women? And then I set up my month based on that and look for women who need a solution, but also are kind of in the same place that I am too.
Oh, sure. When we know ourselves, we know our customer, which is really great. And what about for your business? Like, what advice would you have for someone starting a new business, or maybe they're 5 years into their business and they haven't looked at their business plan in a long time, or maybe they never had one to begin with? What would you say to them about how they can use this idea of action in a way that's going to show them that they're growing and progressing and getting, to where they want to go?
Yeah, so for me, I think that tracking my business is the best way that I can see that I'm actually making a dent into my business and moving it forward, showing up every single day and being consistent and making sure that I'm tracking so that I can look back and see in the month of May, I added 500 new contacts, because I tracked them and I wrote them down. And I added, 50 new clients to my online bootcamp because I followed up consistently. So every day, my goal is to, add 5 to 10 new contacts, follow up with 5 to 10 people. And I use just a checkmark system to make sure that I'm doing that. And I think a lot of people who are starting businesses, they don't take the time to actually track. They just, stumble through messaging and, just kind of let it be a free-for-all and not really watch and, they're not accountable to what they're actually doing every single day.
I love that your tracking is so, can be so simple. So like just writing it down in your notebook, today I reached out to 10 potential people on social media, or today I, created, X program. Like I remember when I had my babies and it was all about breastfeeding and diapers, and I had a checklist of like, what did we do today? Well, I changed this many diapers, they napped here and there, and I fed them this many times. And it really just kind of shows you like, look at everything I did today.
Right, absolutely. And I mean, I have one for my business, I have one for my household duties. I mean, I have one for my kids' schedules, and I may look like the crazy person with 3 to-do lists, but at the end of the day, I know that I've been successful because I've checked everything off and I'm on track to moving forward in my business and, just on track with life as a mom too.
Yes. Okay, here's a little bit of a philosophical question.
Sure.
Like, do you think it's possible to take small action every day and not grow?
I do if you're not taking the correct action.
Okay.
I see a lot of women who, say for example, they post on social media and they post and that's it. They don't take the action to reach out to the people who like the post, comment on the post, show interest in the post. Or maybe they do initially, but then they don't utilize the follow-up. And so I think a lot of people just lose hope in thinking that, this isn't going to work for me. And they give up too easily. Whereas, I may have put a post up in January that I'm just now working with, someone in a boot camp in June. So it's definitely, taking the right actions will move your business forward. So.
And following up on that action.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
I love that. Like, it's not like I'm going to just do this and then walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have to like do the post and then make sure that you're following up or looking back, or if it didn't give you the results you wanted,
right, change
why?
it. Right. Yep. And I think that's a good another reason why women may not be successful is because they try the same thing over and over. And so, I am constantly looking at what worked, what didn't work, and I have to make changes, especially on social media. What worked last month is not working this month.
It's so true. It's changing all the time. And
Yes.
and it's so easy to get stuck into a pattern of behavior in business or motherhood or life or relationships, and then you wonder why it's not working out, and it's because you haven't changed it up enough. Isn't that the same as physical exercise? I mean, you have to change the muscles and.
Yep. And that's what we change our fitness routine anywhere from 30, 60 to 90 days to make sure that, you're still getting results, you're not plateauing. And we change our nutrition plan too,
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today. And Laura is going to love watching this and getting to know you. And what's the name of your business again so people can find it and follow you?
It's Lisa Foght Fitness, spelled Fought. And
Perfect.
it's all one word.
All one word. Okay.
Yep. Yes. Well, thank you for having me so much, Molly. I appreciate it.
Yes, and we will talk to you soon. And everybody watching, subscribe to our channel and look for our news. We're going to be having an in-person retreat in October. So, Lisa, we hope you come and bring your friends. There'll definitely be room for some fitness and wellness things there. And it's great to meet everybody online, which is powerful. But Laura and I are really looking forward to meeting all these Lady Boss mamas and incredible women in person. So stay tuned for that.